Ladies and gentlemen, Abdullah here from Freedom for All. On this video of Weekly Nugget series, I would talk about something very important that many people, including myself, often forget while being conscious about the desired end. Before I jump into the quote, I want to give you an important reminder, which is being in the journey of conscious manifestation has directly nothing to do with using conscious mind. This is what I would try to explain on this video. So let's jump into the quote of Neville Goddard. I am not speaking of anything rational in this world. I am speaking of a power that isn't rational. The rational mind is simply the interference between the being that you are and the so-called world that you think so real. Know the rational mind. Let it be what it wants to be. This quote is very profound and has many layers of meaning. Let's break it down sentence by sentence and see what Neville is trying to convey here. The first sentence is, I am not speaking of anything rational in this world. This means that Neville is not talking about the physical world that we perceive with our senses, which is governed by logic, reason, and causality. He's not talking about the facts, the evidences, or the circumstances that we encounter in our daily lives. He's talking about something beyond rational, something that transcends the limitations of the physical world. The second sentence is, I am speaking of a power that isn't rational. Here, of course, Neville is talking about the power of our imagination, which is infinite and not bound by the rules of the rational mind. He's talking about the power that can create and change our experiences according to our imaginal actions, beliefs, and control of attention. Here he is talking about the power that can make the impossible possible. The third sentence is, the rational mind is simply the interference between the being that you are and this so-called world that you think so real. Our rational mind, which is based on logic, reason, and evidence, is often an obstacle to our daily lives. Our rational mind often doubts, denies, or rejects our desired end and attempts to change our belief, whereas imagination is the true source of all the power we think we have in the external world. Our rational mind also makes us believe that the physical world is fixed and unchangeable, and that we are separated from it. This is one of the mistakes we make in our conscious manifestation journey. The last sentence is, know the rational mind. Let it be what it wants to be. Let the mind be as it is. No need to let our rational mind interfere with our imagination and faith, but to let them work together in harmony. There is no reason to let our rational mind limit ourselves. Instead, let things be unfolded without using our mind. And not using the mind gives us the way to follow our heart. Rumi once said, your heart knows the way. Run in that direction. If you are mindless, you automatically start to run in the direction of your heart. By being mindless, I mean to imagine without using the mind or observing the external things like situation and circumstances without analyzing them. Mastering this thing to me is the most important part of mental diet. It may require some practices in daily lives. It doesn't require any extra effort, but only the willingness to trust our true nature. You can do your daily work the way you usually do. When you are working on your office, or when you are doing your business work, or when you research or study, use your mind at its full potential. But when you see something opposite coming up, remind yourself that you are following your heart. Everything you experience at the middle of your journey are bridges of incidents. and they're also taking you towards your end goal if you remain faithful. So, believing in your true self, don't react and be neutral. Similarly, when you pray or imagine, be mindless as much as possible. Do not consider the facts of lives while you speak to your true being. This is how easy or effortless it is. So, what can we learn from this quote? We can learn here that we have the power within us that can create and change our experiences according to our imagination and faith. We can learn that we are not limited by our physical world or by our rational mind, but we can transcend them with our infinite power. We can learn that we are not separated from the world, but we are the ones with it. Bye for now. I hope to see you next week.